The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
Double pass going to Samuels, right side of the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack. Cutback. It's a sprint to the pylon. Touchdown, Matthew Day.
Go, take what you want. Are you ready to head for fun? Everything you got, man. Everything you got. You got to focus. You got to play with heart.
Here comes the rush. Hennessy throws, picked off by Fernandez at the 30-yard line.
How about that Wolfpack?
The Dave Doeren Show is presented by North Carolina's Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, proud to sponsor Wolfpack Athletics, and by Coke Zero, real Coke taste, 0 calories.
NC State arrives at an open date in the schedule with a 4-2 record overall, 0-2 in the ACC following Friday night's road loss at Virginia Tech, 28-13. Good to have you with us. It's the Dave Doeren Show with the head coach of the Wolfpack. I'm Tony Haynes. And Coach, last year you had 8 ball games before the open date. Now you get an open date at the halfway mark of the season. Is this more preferable in your mind?
Yeah, I think it is from a health standpoint for your team and mentally for the guys, you know, regardless of how you're playing. I think, you know, to be able to let them decompress, allow us to really look at what we've done, you know, regardless of where it is, as long as it's halfway or later. I think you'll have a lot of film that you can make the right choices, not only on what you're calling, but who you're playing with.
One of the things you've said many times, you really enjoy coaching this team. Are you confident they are resilient enough, tough enough to turn it around and make a run in the second half of the season?
Absolutely. You know, I mean, I know I'm not going to quit. I know our staff isn't. I believe our kids are going to fight. We have to do a great job like we did a year ago of getting those guys centered and making the right choices with our depth and doing the right things this week, you know, to get them not just healthy but executing plays better. We're hurting ourselves way more than I expected us to in those 2 games that we lost, and it starts with me. I got to get it fixed.
Coming up on the Dave Doeren Show, a recap of that game at Virginia Tech, a feature on fall and football. They are aligned perfectly. And Mark Thomas joins us. He gets coached up again this week. It's the Dave Doeren Show. Stay tuned. Back after this.
The cost of everything has gone up dramatically over the last 75 years. With one exception, keeping electricity affordable. That's the power of your co-op membership. Learn more at togetherwesave.com.
North Carolina's Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, looking out for you.
This is the Ford F-150, and this changes everything.
Get a 2015 F-150 with 0 for 72 or get up to $92.35 total savings only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Our farm is a family business. Most hog farms are family farms. I've been around the farm all my life. When I graduated from college, I just decided this was what I wanted to do.
She has come into the family business.
She'd rather be down here than anywhere else.
We take care of our land. Our land's what makes our living. Our hogs are well taken care of.
It works. We make it work.
She loves what she does, and she gives it 150%.
I'm Megan Spence, and I'm a North Carolina hog farmer.
I love y'all boys, man. Play your hearts out tonight, baby. Hey, family on 2. 1, 2, man.
This is the Dave Doeren Show. Friday night final from Blacksburg. Virginia Tech knocked off NC State 28-13. An unusual start to the game, Coach. An hour before the ball game, a strong line of thunderstorms rolled through the Blacksburg area. 30 minutes before the start time, nobody's in the stadium. The two teams are in the locker room, so you're not able to go through your regular pregame routine. It was a very abbreviated warm-up. How awkward was that?
Mountain weather, you know, changes pretty quick, and when they talked about what could happen, I mean, we briefed the players, and I thought our strength staff and operations staff handled the situation well. Our players did. We started fast in the game, so that wasn't the reason we didn't play well, that's for sure.
Yeah, certainly NC State handled it very well. As you say, the Pack started fast on offense. You're kind of getting to the edges of the Virginia Tech defense, leading 10-0 early in the second quarter. During the week, you talked about their bare front on defense, 5 defenders up on the line of scrimmage. Were you able to get them out of that?
Yeah, I mean, they went after the first quarter to 4 down, and really it was 6 down because they had both linebackers up in the ball, blitzing all over the place. And I mean, they played us in a very unconventional front. I mean, it's 4 down with 2 backers up and the safety tight in the box. And, you know, it's a tough defense because their DBs played well. You know, I mean, you couldn't get off of them in man-to-man. And when we were open, you know, we did make a few plays, but we needed to make more to score more points.
I wanted to get into that because for the second straight game, State struggled to throw the football 113 yards passing. Now there's a lot that goes into it. The quarterback has to be on time, on target. The offensive line has to protect. The receivers have to get open, sometimes make tough catches. What's missing right now with the passing game?
Well, we got pressured a lot in that game. I don't think we handled it. He didn't have a lot of time back there to throw, and there's not a lot of routes you can call when you have minimal time to get open, you know. So we've got to do a better job protecting, changing the launch point for the quarterback. Obviously, we're going to have to make some tough catches with people all over us because sometimes it's called, sometimes it isn't, and we can't use contact as an excuse. We don't throw the ball enough. We're going to have to open it up a little bit more and make people get out of the box.
We know Jacoby Brissett is a very tough guy, especially for a quarterback, but he's taken a lot of hits the last couple of games. How concerned are you about that?
Well, I never like our quarterback to get hit, you know, whether he's tough or not. I mean, to me, you have to keep that guy on his feet, and we have to do everything about our play calling is can we protect that, and I think that was part of the issue in the game. There weren't a lot of plays where we felt like we had protection to hold in there because they were just bringing them all. And you got to do a really good job of protecting your quarterback if you want him to last through the season.
Virginia Tech really had one good quarter of offense. That was the second quarter, 21 unanswered points. I don't think it's a coincidence that you lost to Keem Jones, your free safety, early in the second quarter. Beyond being a good player, an experienced player, he's kind of quarterbacking the defense, getting everybody lined up right. How did that affect your defense when you lost him?
It hurts, you know. I think you lose a senior that is really collected out there and makes good checks for your defense. There were 2 red zone plays where they motioned to different formations where we would have checked into something that I don't feel like we handled very well. I know if he was out there, it might have been different. I do think Jermaine Pratt, other than the one deep ball they beat him on, played well. I mean, he was physical in the game. He played hard. It was his first extended period of playing time, so he's going to make some mistakes. But he did play hard when he was in there.
On offense, Jalen Samuels rushed the ball in this game 7 times for an average of 4.7 yards per carry. And a few times in the second half, we saw him line up in the backfield. Were you pleased with what that look produced for you?
Well, he's hard to tackle, and we just want to get more touches for him. You know, obviously we're going to have the things we do with him in the pass game and on our play actions and nakeds, but you know, for him to not touch the ball, you know, a minimum of 10 times, for us, we felt like that was an easy way to get it to him.
When you sift through a loss, Coach, you can find positives. I mean, Arias Moore had 10 tackles in this game. He's got 19 over the last couple of games. Kyle Bambard, 2 field goals. He had 2 attempts. He made them both. You walk away feeling pretty good about that.
I was happy for Kyle. He kicked the ball in the game the way he's been kicking it in practice. He got great height. Operation time was good. And he put it right where he was aiming, so that is progress for sure. Arias has played well, as you mentioned, so and that's kind of who we thought he would be, a productive player. We need to be more productive at other spots. It's always hard, you know, anytime you lose a game, you come in, you feel bad, and so trying to find bright spots, and the big thing now is learning who we are, what we are, and building on it from there.
28-13, the Wolfpack comes up short in Blacksburg.
You got a lot in front of you, man. A lot in front of you. The season's halfway over. Are we disappointed? Yeah. Are we broken? No. But it's up to you to fix it. You understand me?
We got a bye week coming up, and you know we got a lot of season left ahead of us. Just got to understand, you know, what we're doing, what we're trying to do, and just going out there and doing it with, nothing to hold back, and and everything else to take care of itself. I think this is the best time to, to show my leadership qualities and our team leadership qualities, especially all the seniors. We just got to go out, refresh our mind, and make sure we take this break and get away from football for a little bit and understand what we have ahead of us when we get back, and just go from there.
Here's the snap. Brissett looks, quick throw, left corner end zone. Ramos fighting, and he's got it. It's a touchdown.
Yeah, so this is a wing formation where we've got Jay Sam on the left wing, Matt Days on the right, and an inside zone play behind it with the tailback. And again, we're looking at their force. Jacoby's deciding if he thinks we can outrun their force after we block the perimeter. And so he chose here to give it to Jay Sam. A good block here by Matt Days, gets their force player on the ground, and then it's one-on-one to the safety. So a good play, gain of 12 to 15 yards. And it's tough because, behind it, if they run too many people out there, you've got an inside zone there to your tailback that can be pretty good as well.
Carter Finley Stadium currently holds a seating capacity of 57,583. Did you know when the home of the Wolfpack opened its gates 49 years ago this week, the facility only listed a capacity of 41,000? In fact, 35,000 fans were in attendance for the opening game between NC State and South Carolina.
What are people going to think of our new buttermilk crispy chicken? Let's find out.
It's probably the best sandwich I've ever had.
It's super crispy, but it's also really juicy.
So would you guys come back? Yeah. Here's our card. It's McDonald's.
Oh, get out of here.
Try some buttermilk crispy chicken. It's right around the corner at McDonald's.
I still can't believe McDonald's is serving breakfast all day.
It doesn't get any better than this.
Uh-oh, dead air. Go to commercial.
It's time for the new all-day breakfast menu at McDonald's.
At 36, Jo was concerned about having her first child. A specialist saw something on an ultrasound and recommended a difficult choice. Jo came to Rex for a second opinion. She was evaluated and reassured at the UNC Specialty Women's Center at Rex. Not long after, Levi was born.
It's a brand new day.
It's our favorite kind of story.
Sun is shining.
One with a happy beginning. Rex Healthcare.
The best part about being a member of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative is that it's your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Learn more about the power of your co-op membership at togetherwesave.com.
North Carolina's Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, looking out for you.
Welcome back to the Dave Doeren Show. The head coach of the Wolfpack, I'm Tony Haynes, and being at Lane Stadium Friday night, Coach, brought back memories for me, because when I was 12 years old, my dad took me there. It was the first time I ever went to a college football game, and it made quite an impression on me. What are your earliest memories of football in the fall?
Well, growing up in the Midwest, Nebraska, Oklahoma was a big game where I grew up, and at that time, they had some really good football teams, and Barry Switzer was at Oklahoma, Tom Osborne at Nebraska, and those were huge rivalries with great players, and so that was always a big game growing up watching that one.
It's October, a lot of season left for NC State. Fall and football aligned perfectly.
Fall is here. Mid-October. Half the gridiron season is ancient history. Fall is when decisions are made. Fall is when you rise. You've been praised and cut down. A applauded and dismissed.
Up the middle, Hines could be gone.
Felt the rush of victory and the crash of defeat.
Picked off at the 50-yard line.
But all that is past tense. There's a new start just around the corner. A clock reset to retool, refocus, and recommit. Every week is a new season, a new enemy to conquer, a chance to prove something. Every day is a new day, a fresh 24 hours for you to get better or worse. An opportunity to define yourself.
Look out, Samuel's still on his feet. Touchdown, NC State.
Every minute is different than the last. Moments of anger and passion that fuel you to shrug off this rainy plague of white bread, vanilla, nice try effort that drags you down to a level of irrelevance. So, it's decision time. Are you going to be just another man, living that average, comfortable, unmotivated life, unwilling to sacrifice anything to achieve greatness? Are you going to be just another man, putting forth half an effort just to get a job done, never pushing himself to be better in every way? Are you going to be just another man and say, oh, I'll get it next time. They said good job, so I guess I did good enough. Are you going to be just another man? Are you going to be just another carbon copy of mediocrity, a clone, a replica of the same old, day in, day out, coast to coast, Monday to Friday, run-of-the-mill, waste of space man just occupying existence? Right now is when you decide, I am not just another man. We are not just another team. We can be great. We can be bold. We can be tough. We can be persistent. We can be that tenacious, dogged, never ever giving up, red and white donning Wolfpack of North Carolina State. We will be great for the people we love, for this guy, for that girl, for mom, for dad, for brother and sister, for each other, for the name sewn on our chest, for every single solitary soul who bleeds for these colors. Day. And here's a chance to channel all of that frustration, all of that anger, all of that pride. Because we can be great, and we will rise. Because change is coming. It's fall, and you have two choices. Are you going to get tough when the tough just won't let up? Or are you just another?
This week I'm getting coached up by running backs coach Des Kitchings. And Coach, I got to admit, man, everybody was so excited with what happened in the offseason with the new blood you got a running back. How exciting has it been for you this season?
It's been really exciting with the addition of Johnny and Reggie Gillespie. Obviously, Reggie is helping us now as a true freshman. Johnny's being redshirted, but continuing to work every day, so it's been a pleasure to have both of those guys.
You know, when you bring in new guys and you have some older guys like Matt Days that have been through the ropes, been through the ringer, how do you combine that as far as practice?
Well, it's good. I tell you, Matt has become more of a player coach, you know, going into his third year here and giving those guys some leadership, some tips about how to go about practicing. That was something Matt had to learn himself when he was a freshman, just having better practice habits, better eating habits, you know, study habits of the film. So he's been a good assistant coach for me, and you can see the progression in those guys, particularly in Reggie, and more so Johnny, as we've been here now for a couple months.
Well, you have one of the best backs in the ACC in Matt Days. What did you work on with him this offseason to try to get him better?
Well, he worked primarily on his body, just to kind of build that up so he can maintain the hits. You know, his workload was going to increase this year, which it has. So the focus for him to stay healthy so he can play with better pad level, finishing runs. That was the point of focus.
Well, I actually got in better shape too for you, because you worked me out pretty tough last year. All right, you ready to do this? Get me coach up?
Yeah, we can do this again.
All right, let's do it. All right, Coach, you got the bags out here again. Indoor practice facility. I mean, this is be easier than last year.
Yeah, it is a little bit. You know, we don't have all the tools in here that we had last year to get you up a little bit. But today we're just going to work on some movement drills. You know, footwork. You know, that's a big key. You know, for a running back, especially running through the line of scrimmage. There's bodies all around, defensive linemen, offensive linemen, linebackers coming in to make tackles from the side. And a lot of times those guys can get the extra yardage based on being able to drive their knees, pick their feet up so they don't get clipped for a tackle.
See, people just think give ball to running back and just let him go with it. There's more to it than that.
It's more to it, but it's not that difficult.
Okay, well, here we go.
You got to be a good athlete.
Well, you know me. I'm good with not difficult.
Well, good. Well, this first one we're going to start off with just a shuffle, step over drill.
Okay.
All right, you're going to start here on this right tip. All right, we'll have the ball in my right hand, and it's a movement drill. Everything's a forward movement drill. So I'm going to shuffle to the left. When I get my right foot to the edge of the back, I'm going to step over, shuffle back, step over, shuffle back, step over. So now you're assimilating that you're having to move, all right, laterally, but then you got to step over a defender to continue to moving forward.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Right.
All right, on you.
Yep.
Ready, go. Good. Good. Boy, this guy's a little stiff in his hips a little bit, but that's all right. He would not get recruited at running back at North Carolina State.
What are you talking about? All right. Let's try to go back.
Okay.
So it's back the same way?
Same way.
Or do
now,
I reverse
we're starting the other tip,
Okay.
ball in the left hand.
Okay.
All right, so we're always carrying the ball in both hands.
Yep.
All right, vice grip, cover that tip.
Yep.
All right, 45 across that breastplate.
Yep.
There you go, chest up, shoulders up.
Yep.
Eyes up down the field, because
All
you got to trust your feet and your movements.
All right.
You can't look down at the bags. Here we go, ready, go. Good. So you got to be able to see that defender that's coming at you to make a tackle. All right, so again, just subtle movements laterally there.
I got it. All right, but now what do we got?
All right, now, just another drill to emphasize being able to change direction, being able to bend at the knees, low hips, low center of gravity. So now I'm going to start, and I'm going to lateral step over these bags. Lateral step, I'll get to the third bag, I'm going to plant. So naturally what happens when the guy tries to change direction, he can't sink his hip and push off. Okay?
Boy, all right, let's see if we can do this. Here we go. How was that? All right, look.
Now, that was his first step up.
Oh, okay.
All right, now here's the next progression. All right, being able to finish. So you're gonna come back, you'll plant the left foot, you're gonna come back. Once you get to the end of this bag, step up the right foot, then you're gonna square up and accelerate one step over all the way through.
All right. All right, let me see if I can break. That's a lot of information.
You're a state grad, you can handle it.
Yes, I can. Here we go. There you go.
Plant, good. Plant, now vertical. Ah, you got stuck.
What are people going to think of our new buttermilk crispy chicken? Let's find out.
It's probably the best sandwich I've ever had.
It's super crispy, but it's also really juicy.
So would you guys come back?
Yeah.
Here's our card. It's McDonald's.
Oh, get out of here.
Try some buttermilk crispy chicken. It's right around the corner at McDonald's.
You know, I still can't believe McDonald's is serving breakfast all day.
It doesn't get any better than this.
Uh-oh, dead air. Go to commercial.
It's time for the new all-day breakfast menu at McDonald's.
This is the Ford F-150, the only pickup with a high-strength military-grade aluminum alloy body bolted to a high-strength steel frame. It's also a wake-up call for every full-size pickup in its class. No body rust, most towing, best payload, highest gas mileage. This is the Ford F-150, and every other truck is history.
Now get an F-150 with 0 for 60 or get up to $92.35 in total savings, only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
We could show you impressive images of the technology we employ with dramatic success at Rex Cancer Center, or footage of our team of cancer specialists and the many examples why people choose Rex for excellence in healthcare. But the images that inspire us most are ones like this.
It's a brand new day. The sun is shining.
Rex UNC Cancer Care, chosen for excellence.
Next weekend, NC State will have an open date in its schedule, but we will be back here next Sunday night with another edition of the Dave Doeren TV show. Also on Wednesday night, join us for the Dave Doeren radio show, live from the Backyard Bistro on Trinity Road in Raleigh. The show will air between 7 and 8 p.m. and can be heard all across the state of North Carolina on the Wolfpack Sports Network.
The Week 7 Scouting Report, well, it's a bye week, so we're going to scout ourselves. That's right. The most important thing when you talk about college athlete is not only the ability to know what the other guy's going to do, but know what you do in reaction to that other guy. And today we're going to look at us. We're going to look at our spreads, our splits, our defense in relationship to us. Listen to that, relationship. How does the nickelback work with the middle linebacker? See, a lot of times we kind of isolate ourselves and get so focused in on our job, sometimes we forget, hey, what is the backer doing? Am I blitzing too early? Am I waiting for him to loop back around me? Where's my communication? These are the types of things that we have to work on right now. How did the free safety, when Josh Jones came into the picture, did Akeem Jones, did he rotate properly? What are the coverage rotations looking like? We're going to look at these, we're going to analyze them and get better at them. Then on the offensive side of the ball, boy, you know, when it talks about relationships, no bigger relationship than you have the wide receivers, including the tight end, to the quarterback. What's the route tree looking like? Are we going up to 15 yards before we run our comeback? Are we cutting it off at 12? The quarterback, hey, Jacoby Brissett, when he drops back, is he getting enough depth in that relationship to make that throw? So we have the receivers, we have the tight end, then the relationship with the backs. You see a lot of movements, a lot of guys going in motion. Timing is key. Well, we're going to work on those full speed. When we send Jalen Samuels in motion, the timing of that little jet sweep that comes around the outside, the relationship and the handoff of the back cutting to the inside, the protection schemes with the back. Relationships are big. Communication. We're trying to be a better team. We're going to be better people, better at communicating with each other. And that's how we're going to self-scout this week.
Thank you, Mark. Final segment here on the Dave Doeren Show. Well, after the open date last year, Coach, you and your staff did a tremendous job of turning that football team around. But as I recall, there were a lot of things you had to fix with that team. Is it different this year?
You know, I feel like we're beating ourselves a little bit more. Last year, we were just so young, and we really had to learn what we were, and I thought we harnessed that, and our seniors did a good job keeping everybody together in the locker room. And that part of it's going to be similar. I think our senior leadership is going to be key going forward. There's only 10 of them, but our seniors have to play their best football of their lives, and I'm going to ask them for that, and I think we'll get it. And as a staff, you know, no different. We've got to really be hard on ourselves right now, look at everything we've done, and have thick skin about it, and really do the best thing going forward for our players.
You and your staff will look at every single play this week, offense, defense, special teams. But if you could narrow it down, just a couple of things you feel like you got to hone in on, what are they?
You know, on offense, we need to have some more explosive plays in the pass game. You know, we are able to run the football, but we're playing against some really good defenses that can stop the run, and we can't just pound our head against the wall. We got to be able to get it going in the pass game, and you know, defensively, to me, it's penalties and breakdowns. You know, we're playing good football for 75–80% of the game, and then having a mental mistake or a misfit in the run game, and we got to be able to stop that. You know, they are going to make plays, no doubt, but they can't be touchdowns.
Dave, had a great week, okay?
Thank you.
You have a great week as well. See you next Sunday here on the Dave Doeren Show.
Double pass going to Samuels, right side of the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
A cutback. It's a sprint to the pylon. Touchdown, Matthew Day.
Go, take what you want. Are you ready to head for club? Everything you got, man. Everything you got. You got to focus. You got to play with heart.
Here comes the rush. Hennessy throws, picked off by Fernandez at the 30-yard line.
How about that Wolfpack?
The Dave Doeren Show has been presented by North Carolina's Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, proud to sponsor Wolfpack Athletics, and by Coke Zero, real Coke taste, 0 calories.
You guys put way too much work in not to make it real like that. Way too much work. Way too much work. You understand that? Sure.